So here's a few of my recommendations for books to read if you're interested in Iceland or Icelandic culture, or if you're planning on taking a trip to Iceland and you have time for some preparation. The first one I recommend is actually an audiobook from a series of lectures titled The Modern Scholar, The Norsemen, Understanding Vikings and Their Culture. The description of this series of lectures reads, Professor Michael D.C. Drott of Wheaton College immerses listeners in the extraordinary legacy of Viking civilization which developed in what is now Scandinavia during the Middle Ages. I've listened to this series of talks several times. It's entertaining and informative and well worth the approximately 5 hours of listening. The second book I recommend is Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. And the description of this book reads, Neil Gaiman has long been inspired by ancient mythology in creating the fantastical realms of his fiction. Now he turns his attention back to the source, presenting a bravura rendition of the great northern tales. It's a nice collection of Norse mythology. In preparation, you could also read some of the sagas. You could read some modern Icelandic fiction. But the two main things I would recommend would be this series of lectures on the Norsemen and also Neil Gaiman's Norse mythology. You could also consider reading Halldór Laxness's book, Independent People. He won the Nobel Prize for this culturally significant book. Another book by an Icelandic author would be Gunnar Gunnarson's The Good Shepard, which isn't a long book at all, and it's a really nice tale, often read at Christmas time. Okay, so those are the main things I would recommend to read in preparation for a trip to Iceland. Oh, if you're interested in history, I'd recommend Gunnar Carlsson's A Brief History of Iceland. He also has a much longer, more involved book titled Iceland's 1,100 Years, if you're up for that. It's excellent as well. Okay, let me know in the comments what books you would recommend, and please like and subscribe.